Here's the real reason that you don't want to care too much about what people think. Because if you do, you start making your decisions for your life based on what you think other people want, what you think society wants, what you think your parents want, your friends, your partner, even your kids. Like I've seen some parents just like completely run by their children. So when you care too much about what people think, you're afraid of rejection. You want to be accepted. You don't want to be too different. You don't want to stand out from the crowd, ruffle feathers, and be the focus of attack or negativity or rejection. I mean, no one wants that. But there's drawbacks to it. You pay the price. If you silence your own voice, silence yourself, right? Who you are, who you envision yourself to be in the world, what you want for your life, even the small things like what you want to eat for dinner. When you silence yourself because of this care of what other people will think, the fear of rejection, the little choices become big choices, which become bigger choices, which becomes your life. And before you know it, you have a life that's not yours. That's the real reason you don't want to care too much about what people think, because you will end up with a life that is not yours. You will have a carefully crafted and curated life. Maybe not consciously, probably not consciously, but on the subconscious level, you're crafting your decisions based on what is going to be the safest option. And the subconscious mind is like, yes, 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 we want to keep you safe. We don't want to put you at risk of being eaten by a lion or being rejected from the tribe and be out on your own. Like, you don't know how to take care of yourself in the wild. But we don't live in that world anymore. We live in a very different world. And the threats are different. They seem different. It's that fear of rejection. And it's set up everywhere now. We don't want to be rejected. No one really wants to be rejected. So it makes sense that we would make safe choices. These calculated choices that say, okay, well, if I go this direction, I have the least chance of being rejected or criticized or even put down. This path, if I choose this path, this is a growth field. And I may not like this field, but this has the most chance of success for me. And so I'm going to go down this path because this is more of a guaranteed success. This is what the experts have said. This is what my teachers have said. This is what my parents have said. And so I'm going to listen to everyone else and not listen to myself. So how many of the choices in your life were even really yours? A lot of times we think they're ours, but really we're bought into some sort of ideology, and you could call it brainwashing. But we base our values, we base our thoughts and opinions based on what we've been told versus really thinking critically about things and getting on the same page with ourselves. It's like, is that what I really think? Am I in line with the Democrats, the Republicans, or this religion, or what school told me? Am I believing those things to be true and then basing ideas off of those? And deep down, it's not in alignment. And the only way to really know if this is happening is to do some deep inner work, to work with someone like me, someone else, and really start to question these things. But that takes putting the technology down, turning off all the external stimulus, external words, and getting silent and clear with ourselves. And often we need a guide in order to do that. So this is when people come to me. They don't know. Just so you know, people what I just shared with you, people don't know that that's their problem. They don't know that that's their problem. What they are aware of are the symptoms, okay? So people get a hold of me and they say, I have anxiety, I have some depression, I feel this empty void inside. I feel stuck, like I can't move forward. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something more important in my life than what I'm doing right now. I feel purposeless, like I'm supposed to have this big purpose and I'm not living it. And even if I did have an idea of what that is, I feel trapped. I feel like I can't even move forward. I don't even know the path. The big thing is that they don't really know themselves. It doesn't take many questions that I'm asking them for them to say, yeah, I feel lost. I don't really know who I am. And what I just shared with you, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. Because the majority of your decisions have been based off of what is the least risky and what is safe. What is safe? What is going to keep me from being rejected, criticized, bullied, put down, fired, kicked out of the group, divorced, and then keeping everything down that might interrupt that? I'm not going to put myself out there. I'm going to stay small. Because if I put myself out there, those bad things might happen. So I'm just going to keep all of those things in. I'm going to push it in. And not following our own voice or our dreams is one of the biggest reasons for depression. And how are you supposed to find yourself and know yourself if you don't even know that this is the problem? How are you supposed to speak up and ask for what you want and need in any situation, even if it's something as easy as like, hey, where are we going to go to dinner? If you don't know yourself, how are you going to ask for what you need in a relationship if you don't know what you need? How are you going to find your purpose if you don't even know what you value versus what you've been told to value? I know it can be hard to just not care what people think. Just don't care. It's so simple to say. Yeah, it's a simple concept, not easy to follow through on. It takes a lot of inner work to really get to that point where you're following your own heart, your own inner guidance, your intuition, your gut, right? There's all kinds of words that we use to describe this. So just know, if you care too much about what other people think, you're going to make your decisions based on that, and then you're going to end up with a life that isn't yours. So if you want to change that, you know what to do.